talk about.
It's quite put. Hello YouTube, look who's back.
Hi.
So if you've not been here before, I'm Ian, this is Jane. Channel is usually about music and art, and this is the art bit rather than the music bit. So, and this is pre-Edinburgh to some extent. I know it's only March, but...
Well, it could equally argue it's post-Edinburgh as well.
Oh, post-Edinburgh, yeah, certainly. So we've just been to see a show at the King's Head Theatre in Islington, in London. We first of all went to the Islington, the King's Head pub, thinking that was actually the venue, but actually we had a very nice drink in there. It's a really nice pub, worth a visit, but it isn't. It was around the corner.
Yeah, I think it used to be there.
It used to be upstairs apparently, but it's not anymore.
Not there anymore.
So we went to see What If They Ate the Baby. Now, I vaguely remember this show from the 2023 Edinburgh Fringe. We never got to see it, did we?
No.
I don't even know if it was really on our radar to see it.
Well, we saw the other production that they do. That was in the showcase.
Saw a bit of it, didn't we? We didn't see the whole show, yeah.
But we didn't see this.
No. So I'll just read you the bit of blurb, which it's from the Space UK, who are putting the show on. So there are 3 rules every housewife should know. Never return a dish empty. Always have dinner ready by the time he gets home. And some things are best kept under the table. After all, you never know who's listening. You've heard whispers of absent husbands, missing children, spaghetti recipes, or was it the green bean casserole? You just can't trust everything you hear through the walls these days. And it's from the Fringe First 2022 winners Chloe Rice and Natasha Rowland, and actually this show did win a Fringe First in 2023. So the show was an hour, and it was, for me, it was sort of weird Stepford Wives meets Groundhog Day, really, because we kept seeing the same scene over and over again with almost little choreographed dance moves in between, which I thought were absolutely brilliant.
They were fantastic.
They were these little, and they were all doing the sort of moves together. The was Chloe and Natasha, but every time we saw the scene again, something had changed, or it was something very different about. So it moved on like that, which is exactly what happens in things like Groundhog Day, isn't it? Really. What do you think of it?
I loved their performances.
I can tell it feels like there's a book.
No. But well, they were really strong characters.
They were.
I loved the choreography, which I thought was brilliantly done. And once I sort of cottoned on to the fact that it was a sort of, like it's like a Groundhog Day. I got it a bit more, but I have to say that people were laughing at things that I missed.
Well,
I felt I was sort of out of tune with it. But I can't give you a specific reason.
It's funny you should say that. I mean, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was absurd, and weird and wacky.
Oh, definitely weird and wacky.
And I'm sorry, I'll make sure our phones are turned up.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. And I don't think I got all of it, but I don't think that mattered.
No, I think that's why I realised it didn't. If you go with the flow.
Yeah. Certainly, I stopped probably about halfway through. I stopped trying to get every little element of it. Yeah. And interestingly, when I went to the loo afterwards, which was unisex loos, and as I came out to wash my hands, there were some girls in there, and I had one of them say that she'd enjoyed it but didn't really quite get it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't think you needed to get it.
No, I think on reflection, I think I was worrying about I don't get it.
Yeah.
But actually, you don't need to
No.
get it, because visually it's quite...
I think it's a stunning performance.
It is stunning.
It's worth seeing. You know, don't go with the thing that you have to understand everything that actually happens. Just to see their performances was brilliant for me. And in fact, in a couple of weeks, we're going to see another show, their other show, which was a Fringe first, and we'll review that. I just thought it was fantastic. And now we are going to give it stars because that's what Edinburgh happened.
Oh,
right. So you need to think about the stars.
Oh, right.
How many
I'd forgotten
stars.
about that.
And if you haven't seen it, the way that we tend to do stars is that, say I give it 1 star and Jane gives it 5 stars, it's a 5-star review no matter what the other person feels about it. So, you know, we always work to the highest
We do.
star,
We do.
really. By the way, it's worth also mentioning that they've come all the way from America to do these 2 shows, and it's a smallish venue. It's a lovely venue actually. I think it seats a couple of hundred. I think Nick was saying.
Oh, right.
So I would have said a bit less, but
Yes,
and
I
it's
would
sort of on 3 sides.
Yeah.
But so no matter where you sit, I think you get a good
it's
view.
a very good view.
Yeah. So it's not a big theatre, and as the girl said at the end, they're a small team. No, we didn't pay for our tickets, but clearly some people did. But there was a bucket at the end, wasn't there? Now I think that's normal for the theatre, because when I looked at the reviews of the theatre, somebody had complained that they bought a ticket and then were asked to donate at the end. Now we did donate, but because we didn't pay for the tickets. Now, I think if you pay for a ticket, then you've paid for a ticket, and you wouldn't necessarily... I don't think that's the girls doing that. I think that's just the way the theatre operates.
Yeah, because it's a charity run.
Yeah.
That's what they mentioned.
So it's worth... I mean, you don't have to... If you've bought a ticket, you don't have to donate or feel you have to donate. But it was certainly worth putting some money in the bucket, I thought.
Oh, definitely.
We talked about
Definitely.
that, didn't we? It's a 14 plus, so it's not for kiddies, really.
No, there's
no swearing in it. Well, actually,
no.
there's actually some of the soundtrack, because they actually say on their little leaflets.
Some great
so
songs.
there are some great songs. It says on here. It says, just talking among yourselves for a minute. I thought it said on here. It said something about the. No, it doesn't. There was hip hop and all sorts of things. So there was some bad language in the hip hop.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
So we've got the F word, really. It says a little bit extra. It says it explores surveillance, cannibalism.
Well,
Is that
there's the hint at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
And queerness, it says, during an idealised period in American history. We talk about the 1950s, really.
Yeah.
It also made me think of the David Lynch film, Behind the Picket Fences type things. You know, the sort of...
Which
anyway.
ones? Yeah.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
No.
So, what did you want to say anything else?
No. I think, I mean, the paranoia that it mentions, you know, it was the knocking on the door.
It's knocking on, but there's also there's some sort of like sounds coming from upstairs, and we never really found out what they were.
No.
And
that's right.
But I just loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. How many stars?
It would be a 3 from me.
I think it's a 5 from me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not sorry. I thought it was brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's 5. So you can see it. It's on until
the 7th.
The 7th of April, 2024. But don't worry if you don't get to see it there. We've been told it is definitely going to Edinburgh Fringe. So if you are going up to Edinburgh, it will be there. So it's on now, 26th till the 7th of April, King's Head Theatre in Islington.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.